3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Peace, everyone. Welcome to the Friday Listening Party. I'm Eric Leo 108, author, philosopher, sociologist, and hip hop artist. And today I'm debuting a brand new track like I do every Friday. This week's drop is called this week's drop is called Read 108 Dance Mix. It's a remix of my very first song that I published as Eric Leo 108. Um, the beat was remade and it's made by Cozy Bear Beats. Before we jump in, drop where you're watching from and let me know if you've read the blog post yet on Fiance.com. Check out the store. I could really use your support. If you hear something in the track that hits you, type it in the comments. Let's go bar for bar today. So I'm currently live on Instagram, YouTube, and school. I'll give like a little update, and then we'll actually listen to the track. I got to get off of Instagram for that, and then I'll get on TikTok. Um, but yeah, who made the beat? Cozy Bear Beats. Who does it feature? It's just me. I carry the whole thing. Is it Cosmic Love? Not that I can tell. And then announcements. Let's see. Um, we got one of the features that got taken down, uploaded again. Um, if you don't know, one of my distributors took down all my biggest tracks in a system update, and I'm trying to get them back up. The distributor I'm going to is like, I've been trying to get it uploaded for like 3 weeks, and they got the first two, and then there's another like 5 to 8 that are like been in limbo for like 2 to 3 weeks. Um, I'm trying. It's really frustrating. I wish this was over with and they were like uploaded and dated and whatever, but I still have to deal with the headache. So I've been working on recording the Dark Racism audiobook this week. I got Dark Racism done, the American Nightmare Project, The Myth of the Sun, and Who's the Goat done. The books are done. I don't know if they were done last week, but they're done. And then I'm recording the audiobook, and then I have to get it. I have to send away to get it formatted, and I want it. Dark Racism should be up in February for Black History Month. I talk a lot about Black people in Dark Racism and how it's institutionalized racism or systematic racism. It's called Dark Racism, Linguistic and Economic, because although racism is wrong, it's not as important or as devastating as economic racism. That's what it's about. And then the myth of the sun is about how the first god was the sun. And then we basically anthropomorphize the goodness out of gods and then made them really ethereal and gave them powers, otherworldly powers. So that's in the myth of the sun. Then the American Nightmare Project is about how the American dream is actually a nightmare and how the America is unlivable. Like childcare, healthcare, housing, and education are all unaffordable. So it makes living in America a nightmare. That's what that one's about. And then Who's the Goat is basically about how to find, it's like a system for how to find the goat in hip hop. If you don't know, LL Cool J actually coined the term the GOAT in his 2000 album called The Greatest of All Time, which is what the GOAT means. I mean, sports have adopted it. Um, hey Sabrina, hey no, Nalia. Um, Basically, sports have adopted the saying of the GOAT, but it's originally a hip hop um, saying. So, all right. Let's see. So I've been working on books, been recording the audiobook for them. I'm probably going to send out an email to my list for the first time soon. If if you want to support, now the time is to do it. I keep on getting these marketing offers from places that are like decently priced and they're worth it, but I still don't have the money to afford it. So if you ever thought about supporting me, um, if you go to even.biz, you can find all my albums and you can make an offer and pay what you want for the albums. I just got them all uploaded. Um, yeah, it would really mean a lot to me. Or you can pay $5 a month by going to fiennes.com/memberships. Fiennes spelled FIENSE, and that would really help. Um, that's how you can help me out. Those two things, or by buying a book. You can go to fiennes.com/books. Again, Fiennes is spelled FIENSE. And if you're not into hip hop, you probably like the books. The whole point of the hip hop is to grab your attention and popularize the findings in the books. The books are the point of my artistry is the message, and the message is in the books. So everything else is just like a bonus. So I focus more on the hip hop because I have more momentum for it, but really it comes down to the books. So I'm trying to get those tracks uploaded. It's just taken a while. It's not going to be the same. It's disappointing. But even then, I have new ones coming out, and they still haven't passed. So, the latest release is Read 108 Dance Mix. Last week's release was The Pen. The release before that was Amber Ruffin, which actually did pretty well on Spotify, did better than normal. The next release is Sabrina. It's not Sabrina Carpenter. It's like a response to Sabrina Carpenter and about Sabrina Carpenter, but the release is called Carpenter. It's Cosmic Love. It is Cosmic Love. I'll talk about how it's Cosmic Love next week. Because I couldn't use her name, like you can't use big artist names as a title. At least to get it passed on DistroKid, which is who I used. Um, but it's like a response to her music, which I've gotten instances of Cosmic Love for, and like I had not only like did I respond, I wrote it in Cosmic Love, but I was gonna call her Sabrina Carpenter, and I can't, so it's Carpenter, and so it's Cosmic Love in that respect. I was forced into it. Um, because it's about using semantics and dancing around their name and using ideas that they have to respond instead of directly and overtly responding. So, yeah. And then the Mr. Congeniality, I still haven't figured out what date that actually is. The Mr. Congeniality album comes out in August, and it's being released right now. That's what Greta Thunberg and Amber Ruffin are part of the Mr. Congeniality 2 album. A lot of people like the Mr. Congeniality album. Let's see. It comes out August 28th is when that album comes out. Okay. Hey Jason. I'm good. How are you? Um, so we're about to go into a listening party. Um, so this track is a remix of Read 108, which was the first track I ever released as Eric Leo 108 because I had my own moniker that was Apollo. But in August 2021, I released Read 108, and yeah, it was a song to promote my book 108: The Story of Discovering Earth's Consciousness. It was a oh, yeah, I gotta get off Instagram. It was a book about promoting my. It was a book. It was a song promoting my book 108: The Story of Discovering Earth's Consciousness, which is about knowing. Knowing spelled Knoeing, and knowing is broken down into four parts: celestial consciousness, atmospheric consciousness, sustainability, and eugenics. And the book is broken down in four parts. The first part goes through celestial consciousness. The second part is my story that got me to why I believe that. The second part is about atmospheric consciousness and sustainability, and then the fourth part is like a wrap up. I think the eugenics is in part three as well, and then the part four is like a wrap up and lets you know what 108 is really about. So that's at you can find a deluxe bundle where you can get the book and like access to like related songs at knowing.com, spelled Knoeing.com. You'll also, part of the bundle is the book Cosmic Love, spelled Scosmic space Luve. And the Cosmic Love is about like it's like a document. It's all documented on eric leo108.com, where it's like the development of the semantics that I talk about. How it's like the manifestation of how I think Gaia communicates, which is the planet Earth is another word for the planet Earth is Gaia. How she communicates through telepathic rando nodding and points of realization. So it's about how that could be happening. Um, yeah. And how that manifests through other artists, and how the book is called Cosmic Love, how the earth could be using artists to speak to each other. Um, but yeah. Okay, we're gonna get off. That's at knowing.com. You can find all these books at fiance.com/books. I could really use your support by going to fiance.com/memberships. And that's it for you, Instagram. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being a part of my family. You're awesome. I love you very much. Until next time, you take care, all right? See you. January 23rd, 2026, Friday listening party. I gotta post this, otherwise it doesn't. Oh, it's picking up. I'm saying. I gotta post this, otherwise it doesn't post it. Just take a second, and then we'll get on TikTok, and then we'll listen to. Come on, we're almost there. Go live. There we go. Okay, so we're gonna listen to this. Sorry on school that I gotta change to the school sucks to listen to this kind of thing. Noise cancellation. Okay, here we go. So this is the dance mix of Read 108. This for your
soul, you gotta listen to me. Look within, realize, set yourself free. This for your soul, you gotta listen to me. Look within, realize, set yourself free. I got talent, I got skill. Following me, big shoes to fill. If you check, I'm right, but the claim I'm ill, that's alright. You'll learn what's real, use logic and reason. You'll see that the seasons, lightning and weather, are the atmosphere we breathe in. The planet and the atmosphere are alive like Carl Sagan said, the thin film of life. The internal diamond or magnetic brain. The lightning act, the synaptic chain. Yourself and God are electric waves, embodied by physical chemical cage. Knowing the skin or crust in different shapes, but look inside, and the elements of sleep. Know yourself, this truth be told. This is the knowledge to bend your soul. Open your mind and see the light. Reveal the mystery that is left. Let soul inside be your guide and listen to the philosophy. But I'm here to tell you that God's plan. Read 108, study understanding. Conscious magnetism, imagine the fear of your mind is immersed in a frequency shield. Open your mind and see the light. Reveal the mystery that is left. Let soul inside be your guide and listen to the philosophy that I'm here to tell you that God's the plan. Read 108, study understanding. Conscious magnetism, imagine the fear of your mind is immersed in a frequency shield. What is love without truth? Without love, what's the use? It's hard to find what's right to do. Let science guide your mind. Get school, understand concepts arcane, complex responses, cognitive, egocentric. How many is you think peace in our epigenetics? The moral of the story in the meta message. Hoping for virtue, play like a wedding. Love the vibe, make life a blessing. What's the point if not to be free? Love, health, wealth, peace. Look to the future, live for today. I'll tell you what, it'll say I'm a brave. I was here, a loving friend. I think, therefore I am. Open your mind and see the light. Reveal the mystery that is life. Let soul inside be your guide and listen to the philosophy that I'm here to tell you that God's a plan. Read 108, study understanding. Conscious magnetism, imagine the fear of your mind is immersed in a frequency shield. Open your mind.
Okay, it just repeats. So,
This for your soul, you gotta listen.
okay, so I forgot to read the blog post. I'm gonna read the blog post, and then I'll go into a lyrical breakdown of Read 108. So, like I showed you guys while it was playing, this is the blog post. Hey, Tony. And you can go to fiance.com/blog um, to read this blog post. What's up, buddy? Thanks for being here. So I'm going to read the blog post real fast. This is Read 108 Dance Mix, Conscious Hip Hop Gaia Theory, and the Science of Spiritual Freedom. Read 108 Dance Mix is my 153rd official release and 225th track published. The beat was made by Cozy Bear Beats, who also mixed the track. This is a remix of my Read 108 track, which was the first track I ever published as Eric Leo 108 back in August of 2021. The track is about my book 108, The Story of Discovering Earth's Consciousness, which is a nonfiction autobiographical story about my battle with mental illness and the evidence for why I think the planet and stars are conscious. The sequel to 108 is Cosmic Love, which you can grasp by going to cosmiclove.com. Cosmic Love spelled COSMICLUVE.com. This year I will release The Myth of the Sun, which is a book about the historical context of how the sun was what we first called God, and over history has become human in form with illogical powers, while explaining the religion of Gaia and what makes a good church. If you'd like to support and learn more about the 108 book and related music, as well as get an offer for the digital bundle or find the book on Amazon, links are at knowing.com, knowing spelled KNHOEING.com. Okay, and then it goes into right here. That's Read 108. Conscious Hip Hop is Philosophy, Science, and Spiritual Practice, and that's you can read that. I'll leave that for you to read on the blog. Um, but yeah, that's basically what it's about, and then I'll do a lyrical breakdown.
This for your soul, you gotta listen to me. Look within, realize, set yourself free.
So this for your soul, you gotta listen to me. Look within, realize, set yourself free. Socrates changed the scope of philosophy from the cosmos to your inner self, and like it's been that way for a long time. Uh, and then I'm trying to put it back onto like the stars, but as like them being gods. So look, this for your soul, you gotta listen to me. Look within, realize, set yourself free, and that's kind of what it takes, is kind of looking inside to be able to realize and see things more clearly.
This for your soul, you gotta listen to me. Look within, realize, set yourself free. I got talent, I got skill. Following me, big shoes to fill. If you check, I'm right, but the claim I'm ill, that's alright. You'll learn what's
If you check, I'm right, but they'll claim I'm ill. That's all right. You'll learn what's real. So I do have a mental illness. I have a voice inside my head that claims to be Gaia. The book 108 is about meeting Gaia, and how that happened, and you'll learn what's real. That's what the myth of the sun is about. Is about bringing it full circle on how historically it backs up what I'm saying in my book 108, is what I'll talk about in the myth of the sun. So you'll see that the seasons, lightning and weather, are the atmosphere breathing. I talk about how the atmosphere. I give the atmosphere a name in the book, and then I talk about how it's a thin film of life, like Carl Sagan would say, and it if you zoom out, if you look at winter over an extended period of time over the Earth, it looks like the atmosphere is breathing. How how the ice formulates and then retracts, formulates and then retracts, and yeah, things like that. The planet and the atmosphere are alive. It's more like conscious, and like the I talk about in the book, this is part of celestial consciousness, part of knowing how the internal dynamo of the Earth may make her conscious, with the similar consciousness of a supercomputer, maybe like the consciousness of a jellyfish too, or something like that. Hey, thanks for the heart, buddy. So, let's see. Yourself and God are electric waves. We're basically energy incarnate. The reason why you continue to breathe and your heart beats is because you have electrical impulses that, chemistry wise, you're basically a ball of energy, um, which ceases to exist once you die. So physical chemical cage, and I think the planet is the same way, known as skin or crust in different shapes. So we have the, what am I talking about? The internal dynamo magnetic brain, that's what I'm talking about, how Gaia or the planet Earth may be conscious, is because of the internal dynamo that is in the middle of the Earth. They think it's nickel surrounded by a like magma, and it's got a molten core that's what I'm talking about. It may make it alive. And then I go into the atmosphere about how lightning acts as a synaptic chain. In the book, I compare it to electrical impulses in your brain that, as thoughts move through your brain. So yourself and God are, and God, I'm saying, is the atmosphere and the planet are electric waves, just like you're an electric wave, embodied by a physical chemical cage, which is what you are, as a physical chemical cage. We'll see you later, Tony. It was good. It was great that you were here. So this is the knowledge. So don't deny this. Truth be told, this is something to better your soul. Yeah, I think this information will help you become closer to God. And I think as if science would test it, it would find it to be true. And I'm just saying this is like a hypothesis. Like we don't know if any of this is true. We'd have to find ways to measure it. I think it would take about at least 10 years of testing the planet and atmosphere to see if it was conscious or whatever. There's already a Gaia theory where the planet is conscious because it works as a living system. But besides that, so here to tell you that God's the planet. That's what I'm saying is God is like this, the sun and planets, depending on if they have magnetism, and their magnetism makes them alive. So here to tell you that God's the planet. Read 108, study, understand it, and if you do that, you'll understand what I'm talking about. What is love without truth? Without love, what's the use? What is love without truth, and without love, what's the use? That's just me being like a moral, or like giving that's giving on, that's complimenting the book and giving it more perspective. So like, what is love without truth? I think you're truthful with the ones you love. It's not like you lie to them. Without love, what's the use? So like, what's the point if it's not all for love? That's what that's saying. It's hard to find what's right to do. Let science guide your mind. Get schooled. So let science guide your mind. Get schooled. The reason why I'm an atheist is because it comes with the denial of God's existence, and that's what you seek. What you doubt is what a scientist does, and atheism is kind of like the religion of science by denying supernatural forces, and then you seek what you doubt until what you doubt becomes so clear that it's can be seen as true. That's how science works, and atheism will bring you to that. So what did I say? What is love without truth? Without love, what's the use? It's hard to find what's right to do. Let science guide your mind. Get schooled. So let science guide your mind. Get schooled. Yeah. Education is necessary. Like a scientific education stack is necessary to understand what I'm talking about and like how I got to the point I'm at. The response is cognitive, egocentric to hominids. So the response is, so Gaia would like communicate by beaming like she might be able to read your thoughts with her magnetism, and response is cognitive, egocentric, meaning it's all about us based, to hominids, which we are hominids. So that's what human beings are. So it's the response is like narcissistic for humans, or self-interested to humans.
Peace in our epigenetics.
So do you think peace in our epigenetics, that goes for epigenetics, is the genetics that have uh, developed or evolved alongside of humans, and do you think that is part of, or do you think peace is a part of what we're evolving into? Um, and do you think it's almost like I think Gaia like grows humans like humans grow plants, and she kind of like evolves or like guides the growth of life and into different species and all these things. And yeah, that's kind of what that has to
Right to
do with.
do, let science guide your mind. Get schooled, understand concepts, arcane, complex responses.
So understand concepts arcane and complex. Arcane means odd. Um, so understand complex concepts. Arcane. This is, I'm teaching you how to understand this. You're gonna have to understand things that you wouldn't, that seem arcane or odd and complex.
Cognitive egocentric to hominids. Do you think peace in our epigenetics? The moral of the story in the meta message.
Some a piece in our epigenetics. I don't remember what I was gonna say about that, and tie that back in. The moral of the story is in the meta message. So there's the message and there's the meta message. There's the message that you get and the message that's implied. That's the meta message. The moral of the story in the meta message. So I'm telling you the moral of the story in this verse, but at the same time, you can infer that by reading the book, but I don't blithely or overtly state it.
Like a wedding, love the vibe, make life a blessing. What's the point if not to be free? Love, health. The moral of the story in the meta message. Live for virtue, play like a wedding, love the vibe.
Hope you live for virtue, party like a wedding, love the vibe, make life a blessing. I had a song called Love the Vibe that I never came out with ever. Um, but it kind of sounded like this remix. Um, so I hope you love the vibe and party the vibe or the frequency that Gaia gives off, and party like a wedding. That's a celebration of life, and we're talking about life. Hope you live for virtue and party like a wedding. Love the vibe, make life a blessing. Because what's the point if not, if what's the point if not to be free? Love, health, wealth, peace. Like this is like the things you live for. It's like encapsulating life and what Gaia would want to transfer upon humans with her influence.
Make life a blessing. What's the point if not to be free? Love, health, wealth, peace. To the future, live for today. I'll tell you what.
Look to the future, live for today. So you wanna learn like you're gonna live forever, but live like you're gonna die tomorrow. So look towards the future, live for today. Um, I'll tell you what it will say on my grave. I was here, a loving friend. I think, therefore I am. So I'm basically a friend to my audience. I genuinely want them to learn and understand the things I'm talking about, and I think it will make them a better person. Um,
It'll say I'm a friend. I was here. I love you.
so, and then I was here, a loving friend. I think, therefore I am. I think, therefore I am is a Rene Descartes quote, who was a philosopher. Um, basically, he had this thing that how do you know you're conscious and you think, therefore you are. That's how I know I'm. There's all this stuff about determinism and free will, and how you know you're actually in control or conscious, or this isn't a, like today it's how do you know it isn't a simulation, but this was his ultimate response. I think, therefore I am, and then I'm saying it as a as in death, I think therefore I am, because I think maybe you live on as a wave in Gaia's computer or memory, and not only that, but you also live on. I think therefore I am, in that now AI too can encapsulate your brain and make you live on by taking your principles and applying them to further generations. Or what I what it could also mean is, um, what was there was a third meaning. Um, your your essence lives on. Like if you influence the world, you also live on in that respect. Um, and you think, therefore, you are. People are thinking about the ideas that I left, um, and because they think, I think, therefore I am. They say the last. They say the. I say this in my song Karma. The last time someone says your name, you'll be dead again. So you die, and then you die for the last time when the last person says your name for the last time. It's kind of has those like vibes.
Friend, I think, therefore I am. Open your mind and see the light. Reveal the mystery that is life. Let's go inside. Be your guide and listen to the philosophy that I'm here to tell you that God's a plan. Read 108, the understanding. Conscious magnetism, imagine the field. Your mind is immersed in a frequency field.
So
Philosophy that I'm here to tell you that God's a plan. Read 108, the understanding. Conscious magnetism,
conscious magnetism, imagine the field. Your mind is immersed in a frequency shield. So in my book, I talk about how Dr. Michael Persinger talked about how there's a um, frequency between the Earth's crust and ionosphere that's capable of resonance over the hippocampus that allows telepathy. Um, so conscious magnetism, imagine the field, and I'm saying he's saying that telepathy is possible because of Earth's magnetic um, field. I'm saying that if that's true and she's conscious, she also has access to your brain. Um, so she could read thoughts, and that's why she's godlike. And that's like what God is to some people. She can read thoughts. She can answer prayers, although she chooses not to because she has to think about the holistically how it's going to affect the rest of everybody else. Um, that's how it could be. That's how it could be capable. Um, conscious magnetism. Imagine the field. Your mind is immersed in a frequency shield. Um, so yeah, your mind is literally in like a atmospheric or oxygen rich soup. It's also rich in magnetism that's put off by the earth. So that's what that means. Okay, let's see. That was pretty much it for the song. We were live for about 40 minutes. It's at 38 minutes right now. So thank you all for tapping in with me. Special shout out to Tony and Sabrina and Jason for commenting. And then Josh too for commenting on my last one on school. Tony on TikTok and Sabrina and Jason on YouTube. Thank y'all for tapping in with me. This has been the Friday listening party for Read 108 Dance Mix. If you want to dive deeper, check out the full blog breakdown at fiennes.com/blog. Fiennes spelled Fiense. I could really use your support. So I've been DMing people asking them for their support. Um, I'm really trying to get some income so I can spend it towards marketing and expand. Streaming the song on all Stream the song on all platforms, and don't forget to leave a review for my book or music. Every listen, every comment helps the movement grow. I'll see you next Friday, same time, same vibe, brand new track. Yeah, everything leads back to Fiense.com. Again, that's FIENSE, or sign up for the mailing list, and then I'll bring you into my world. So thank you for being here. Thank you for being a part of my family. You're awesome. I love you very much. I hope you enjoyed it. And until next time, you take care, all right? Bye. Let's see. 17 viewers on TikTok, 1 gift. All right, YouTube. 41 minutes. Wow. Hope you liked it. See ya.